can't get to you right now. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you. You're crying out down the phone, begging I don't want to be alone. You play my heart like a symphony, and love, I'm coming home. Laying with you close to me, I can feel your heart beating softly. In a moment of pure clarity, there's a time for calling destiny. Let's forget about our jagged history. I can see you've been pushed to the edge. Little one, don't get lost within yourself. You're crying out down the phone, begging I don't want to be alone. You play my heart like a symphony, and love, I'm coming home.
Ramshackle. Go out to our website, www.avradio.org, and go to the Artist Spotlight page, or tab, whatever you would like to call it. Check them out. Guys, please go out and read their bio. You click on their photograph on our website. We'll take you to their preferred site. Also, buy their stuff. Love their stuff. And you know what's even better yet? They're so dedicated to American Veterans Radio. They're so dedicated that Tony Alston, the lead singer you just heard, got up early Friday morning, I'm talking to the future, by the way, to join us right now with you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the lead singer of Ramshackle, Tony Alston, Sydney, Australia. Good morning to you.
Good morning, or good afternoon to you, Jim. How you doing, mate?
Oh, good. Now, I always find it kind of ironic when I say talking to the future, it's already Friday there, right? So.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, the whole time different stuff. Now I've gotten pretty used to it since got like family back in England, so it's always like, oh, what time is it there? Got to figure it out if you're going to try and call them and whatnot. So it feels weird, kind of talking to the past.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to ask you about your English roots here. But before I do that, I liked your sound, and I was talking about how Reverb Nation and how social media as a whole has brought literally this huge world together, right? And this is how I discovered you guys, is out of Reverb Nation. It's just a phenomenal how social media in general gets the word out. How do you guys? Well, first of all, let me ask you: how did you think about this crazy guy who sends you a message on Facebook, say, "Hey, I love your stuff, and we'd like to spotlight you"? What was your first reaction to that?
Well, I was.
Well, you can be honest.
Shocked. I was shocked and stunned. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you want to spotlight us? Sweet." It was a really it was a great feeling, like seeing that our music's getting out thanks to social media and things like that. And that's the great thing about it as well. Like, with having different social medias and different ways of getting your music and your sound out and things like that, it opens up a lot more avenues to be able to have other people hear your music as compared to back in the day when it used to be you had to become really popular in your local area first before it started to branch out and then spill and spill and spill, and then you'd be talking to someone in America from Australia.
But think you guys have been around though since 2008 though, right?
Yeah, we've been together a long time. And just had almost like a series of unfortunate events in terms of like drummers and such. So it's always been hard to kind of get off the floor and keep moving forward. Every time we got the plan of, okay, let's start looking into this. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't be in the band anymore. And it's like, oh, okay, and that set us back. And then we just got back up, dusted ourselves off, keep pushing forward. It's been an interesting journey so far.
Well, and the thing about it is what I like about your sound is you guys. Now you're talking to a dude that's probably double your age, to be honest with you, but I'm just a guy who likes music, and I'm not so stuck in my ways that I don't appreciate good music and good artists. And and a lot of people forget that a lot goes in. I watched one of your guys' YouTubes. A lot goes into your performances. I mean, it's not like we just stand up and let's do it. No, you have to rehearse it. You have to make sure you get it right, the sound's right. So you guys have been around, for almost 9 years now. But yeah. I'm sure you guys still have full-time jobs, or you probably work jobs, right, to pay for what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I think when we started this, we got together out of an interest and love for music. So that was the number one priority. Well, the number one reason we all got together. We enjoyed what we did. We wanted to play music. We wanted to write music. So we got together, and we didn't have any massive plans of making it famous. And we all realized we'd have to have main jobs and whatnot to keep ourselves going to be able to afford what we do. You got Jared, who's one of the guitarists, who he works in a wine company.
Sweet.
He follows what he likes to do. You got James likes to work in daycare. I'm a cabinet maker, and Jack, he works for a radio station here in Sydney, where because he's from China, he works for a Chinese radio station, so he can talk to people more in the Chinese market and things like that. It's we all had to make sure we had a day job, otherwise the struggling poor musician isn't quite the go-to anymore. You can't do it.
No, actually, I get that. Now we're going to get back to that. By the way, Tony Austin is who you're listening to right now, is the lead vocals and bassist, and also you have your guitar and vocals. Jared Montgomery is who you're speaking of, and also guitar James Wall, and drummer is Jack. How do you pronounce that? Gao?
Jack Gao.
Gao.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about this because it goes back to you have your roots, your family is from England.
Mm.
But two of the members are from there in Sydney, Australia. And then, as you said, China. How did you guys, how do you do that? How does it all come together?
It's one day I was just on a website, Gumtree, looking for a band, and Jared happened to have posted minutes beforehand. Started chatting with him. I guess to begin with, family moved over to Australia for me. Jared and James knew each other from high school and whatnot. So I just happened to find them through an ad on Gumtree, essentially. And then I think it was back in 2013 we put 2013 we put an ad out onto Gumtree again to find a replacement drummer. And Jack had just moved over here from China, and since he was a musical engineer and everything over there, always been deeply bedded into music, he heard us, liked our sound, and said, "Hey, I want to be your drummer." And it's yeah, mate, we'd love to have you in the band.
That is just, that's got to be just too cool. Now, can I ask, are you the original person who said, "I want to do this," or are you the man?
In terms of what?
Well, in terms as when you decided, one day, let's put a band together. Were you the one who said that, or and I'm not putting you on the spot here. I'm not trying to set you up. Cool. I'm just saying, where did the nucleus come from? Was it you?
I guess technically the nucleus came from Jared, really.
Okay, cool.
Because he had our old bass player and him were friends in high school and whatnot. And as I said, with James, he knew James as well, and they also had a drummer friend from their high school, and they were just looking for a singer. So Jared had kind of formulated the idea. I want to be in a band. I want to play live, and then he got some other people together and was looking for a singer. Didn't know one locally, so he put the ad out. I found the ad, came over and joined in into the band and everything, and then that just started to evolve from there.
Well, let me ask you this. Since you guys all do have full-time jobs, and like I do as well, I'm with you on that. Do you guys get an opportunity to go out and do a lot of live shows around your community there?
Not as much as we'd like to, I'm sure. But it's also it's unfortunate. Like with the Sydney music scene, they've shut down more and more music venues in Sydney.
And why is that?
Just there's been a whole passing of a lot of laws and things like that, like sound curfews, lockout curfews in pubs and bars and things like that. With people like Sydney's like rapidly growing. If this is really weird talking like economics, I guess you'd call it.
But no, sorry. No, I get it. I do.
Like with it rapidly growing, people move in next to these venues who live in the city and whatnot. They get annoyed with the noise. They complain to the council, and then the council shuts the place down. And it's just really unfortunate and just sad for the music industry. And also a lot of pubs where there used to be a stage is now just a room full of pokey machines, which is just it's really kind of puts a dagger in the heart of live music for Sydney. But there's still a lot of people who are diehard fans for it, who go out and search for it, and we love those sort of people, and we're glad they're still around.
Well, the thing about it, first of all, your ordinances, as we would call them here, that's not just Australia. We have the same thing happens here, so I gotta get that. We call them noise ordinances, is what they call them. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, see, when you talk about that, see, I've actually never been to Sydney. I've always heard about it, and I see the beautiful scenery and all that, and I think of music because of your amphitheater there, right? That's
the Opera House, right?
Yeah, the Opera House. That's the thing that Sydney. That's the first thing they show, and I'm thinking music. This is. For you to tell me that kind of, not surprises me, just caught me off guard. Because I'll give you, for instance, here I'm about 5 hours away from Nashville, Tennessee. And as you all know, Nashville's known for its country music kind of thing, right?
Definitely, yeah.
But when you go there, there's like 2 blocks. Literally, I'm talking like 2, which would be about a quarter of a mile, half a mile, of nothing but pubs and bars and that live music plays 24 hours a day. Anybody can walk in there anytime and start playing their music. So I can't imagine someone like, all right, that's done. We're done with that. It would kill Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, I guess it would, especially just with the history and the artists that have come out of Nashville. But I don't know what it is with Sydney. I mean, like, the Opera House, as you said, is such an iconic thing. But then again, the Opera House plays opera. And that's kind of what they cater to. But then again, you do get some other bands, like I think the Foo Fighters played there and did a show with a full symphony orchestra. But then you get like comedians who play there. It's really weird. But I mean, I guess any venue can house any form of entertainment. I mean, there are still live music venues around, and there are local radio stations who do support like the indie artists like yourselves. Like Triple J is a big supporter for indie music in Australia, and they push to try and get bands into these bigger venues and whatnot to try and get live music to stay alive, really.
Yeah, and I'm with you, because I mean, music it's one of those things that we kind of. And this, I think, is what makes our station kind of lived as long as it has, is the fact that we don't cater to one genre. We love music. I love music. I can listen to Beethoven. I can listen to you guys. I can listen to AC/DC. I like it all. It's one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, with music, and it's take you guys, for instance. Now, on your bio, you guys classify yourself as rock punk. I can hear a little bit of that, but I can also hear, with the song we're going to be playing here in a little bit, Issues, I can almost hear a little bit of, I don't want to say pop, I don't want to put that in your head, but...
No, that's all right.
Yeah, but it's just one of those that, it's a little bit more mild, So you can almost cater to like 3 different genres just with your sound. Now, with that being said, you also, I read where you guys are really big into doing your own writing of your own songs.
Yeah, everything's all original, all written by all the members of the band. So it's more like when the music comes together. I guess the good thing is we all came together liking similar bands, but then we all have like our own, like from the surface, when you go deeper into the music we like Jared's into more of a heavier sort of sound, for example. And so when a heavier song comes along, that's usually being birthed from something that Jared's put together.
Okay.
Whereas like a more like something a bit more like relaxed or not as hard would come from James a bit more. But that doesn't mean that necessarily they can't do each other's.
No, sure, no, I get it. Yeah.
And a lot of times, like our music, we comes together. We just start. We'll be in the studio. We'll be trying to write a song for 3 hours, and then someone will just start playing a riff, and like next person will start playing along, and Jack will just start hitting stuff on the drums, and then I start singing a vocal line. We go, oh, hang on, actually, there could be something here, and then it just builds and builds and builds. And funny enough, that song "Issues" you just mentioned, that's how it came about. And it was just like we had just the right click of chemistry in that moment and right inspiration, and it just came together to making that nice melodic song.
Now, are any of you, professionally trained to be a musician, or is it something you picked up yourself?
I think we've all had like background training in the industry. So yeah, I was going to a singing teacher for quite a number of years, and luckily I learnt bass a little bit in high school. So when our bassist decided to leave the band, I was able to just pick up the bass, and we kind of, instead of falling flat on our feet, we kind of just stumbled a little bit and then got back up and kept going. And I think Jared and James got training all through high school and whatnot, and then even Jack, he may play the drums, but there'll be times during band practice we go, oh, let's swap instruments, and he gets up on the guitar and just starts shredding like nothing else, and you're like, wow, like, dude, put the guitar back down. Like he'll pick up the bass and start doing things I can't. I'm like, I'm not feeling good. Just put that down. I'm not liking that. No, it's great. It's great that we can all play each other's instruments. We've all got a bit of background training in all the instruments, but yeah, mainly trained in what we do individually in the band.
Now I'm gonna
Jared and James, I know in the past have taught people guitar and whatnot, so like they felt comfortable enough to be at a level where they teach other people guitar.
Now I'm going to ask you a question, and I ask this to everybody I interview, especially indie artists. So I'm not going to put you on the spot. It's because it's just really a true question, because I always want to know. Now, here's the question. As a independent artist, as you guys are, but you've been around now 9 years.
Yep.
Is it one of your dreams? Well, let me rephrase that. A lot of dreams of independent artists is to get picked up by a label. But with that, I've also talked to people who got picked up by label companies or record companies, and they lost total control of where they were going, what they had in mind. Where do you stand? Do you guys, and I'm not putting you on the spot, I'm not trying to make you sound egotistic or anything else, I'm just saying, do you want, what do you want? Do you want to be a label, but with that, you lose control of your mission? Or do you want your mission and just hope that someone will accept your mission and then sign you as well? I don't know.
I think maybe when we were all a bit younger, and as unfortunate as that is maybe to say, like any label that came along, we might have jumped at it and just been like, oh, cool, it's a label, we're going to get our music out, and kind of been a bit starry-eyed on it all. If a label was to approach us now, we'd probably be a bit more savvy and take a look down the contract and be like, well, hang on, what are you asking of us? What are you wanting from us? Because as you said, with us being older and having day jobs and stuff, we're all advancing in our own careers in good ways. So for us to then step away from that, while we do love playing music and we can do it as a hobby and whatnot, for that to become a full-time job, that's still got to be beneficial. And that might sound a bit cocky or
no, absolutely not.
But yeah, it's got to be something that works for all of us and suits us all. Like the dream is always, for anyone who is a kid, playing with either a real guitar or the broom or whatever in their room, like wishing they were playing in front of thousands of fans or sitting there.
Been there, done that.
So yeah, that's the dream. You always want to be that band that thousands, hundreds of thousands of people go nuts for. But it's not a reality for a lot of us. And then you start to play more and more like we have, and you get to a point where you're like, what, I like playing to the groups that we play to. They're here, they purely love what we do. They come up and have a chat afterwards, and I think we're all pretty comfortable where we're at now. But if a label came along, we'd definitely be looking at it. Whether we'd jump at it, that's maybe a different question.
Yeah, because like I said, it's not cocky at all, because it's economics, as you say, going back to what you were saying earlier. We all have to pay our bills, the way I look at it, right? So, but you know what? I was looking at your video, Second Thoughts, which is a live video. What is your average size of your venues when you guys go out?
Well, the place that you saw there, that's the Factory Theatre, which in Sydney there's kind of like three main live venues for live music, and that's the Metro, the Enmore, and then the Factory Theatre is like its little baby brother, and it has actually a host of little rooms within it. The place we played there, I think, was a capacity of I think it's about 150 or so.
Oh, cool.
Which that for us, that's a decent crowd. And we love seeing all the faces and then chatting to everyone, and we like that with those small crowds when we're on stage and we're just bantering and stuff. It's almost like they can interact back with us, and so it's we get to feed off of each other's energy, and I love that sort of thing. And then when it comes to if you were to play in a stadium or something like that, you don't see faces, you just feel the energy of the crowd.
Right.
So, I really enjoy those sort of venues. But, about an average of 150 capacity or so.
That's sweet, though. I mean, it's more of a kind of I know myself, when I go to see some groups, we go to a place that's like it holds maybe 1,500 people max. But it seems more intimate that way.
Yeah, definitely. We have played at some bigger spaces, and then it's like half the room's filled.
Right.
And you're looking at half a room, and you're like, okay, well, and you're happy for everyone that's there, and you're like, this feels really intimate. Like everyone's able to get as close as they want to us. There's, it's a great feeling having that intimacy and being able to really connect with the audience on that sort of level.
Well, it's been a great feeling for myself, American Veterans Radio, and our listeners around the world, which, by the way, Twitter and Facebook are going crazy. So I hope you guys make a little money off of this. Seriously, I do. How can people find out, how to get your music, where to buy your music, where you guys going to be playing next? How can they do? Do you have a website?
Yes. So we have a website, which is ramshackle.com.au, and that's our official website. Has all our shows, has some music tracks on there, gallery, some of the lyrics of the songs, the standard band stuff's on there. If you want to buy our music, we have music on, I think it's Amazon and iTunes.
Sweet.
And we have a new CD that we'll probably be releasing mid this year, which will have, a whole new bunch of songs for everyone to listen to.
Well, maybe you can make sure we get it so we can play it for you. We'd love to do that.
Definitely.
Man, Tony Austin, by the way, guys, who's you're listening to with our artist spotlight of the week, Ramshackle. thank you so much. Like I said, I know it's a early morning there, Friday morning. But anyway, I really thank you, and I love what you guys are doing. You know, I love all of our independent artists because it just brings us all together. And here we are, literally 10,000 miles away from each other, but we all can connect, around the world. And we go out to 93% of the world. And it's crazy. But I have found that, just like you guys, music literally touches people. And so don't stop touching people is what I'm trying to, do that in a nice way. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, don't stop using your music.
I get what you meant. Yeah, you know what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, our artist spotlight of the week, Tony Austin with the band Ramshackle. Thank you so much for being with us, man.
Thank you, Jim. It was a great pleasure.